Hello viewers! This video is going to be similar to my last one, whereby I'm going to provide commentary as my voice audio came out really bad. This is the same session as last time, so I didn't make the same mistake twice, by the way. However, as you can see on the screen, there is a sloop chasing me. Reason for this is that he's pretty pissed off with me for apparently trolling him. And when I say trolling, in fact I actually wasn't, and I'm going to show you what happened shortly. Anyway, this guy got quite mouthy with me on chat and said some pretty interesting stuff. To be honest, I thought most of what he said was a bit unwarranted. I'm going to provide commentary on the exchange we had following the events, and I'm going to leave it up to you, yes you, the audience, to decide whether or not my behaviour in this session was that of trolling or not. The idea of this video really is to address what trolling actually is, as I think it's a term that's really thrown around a lot. Particularly when it comes to when you're upset that you've lost your loot or a battle where your ship sinks. So, anyway, let's start with how me and this guy met. So it started with me kind of just sailing around. I was in the Raw. I was sailing from island to island, just kind of looking for things to do. I was bored one afternoon. I didn't really have an agenda on this one. But I kind of sailed up to this island in front of the screen here, and I noticed there was actually a sloop there. So I thought, oh well, let's have a look, see if he's got any loot, or let's see if like I can make friends with him or something like that. It's something interesting always happens when you do this kind of stuff. So as you see, he spotted me and he's actually sailing off now. But the most interesting thing you'll notice in a minute is the exchange here shows that he actually fired first, and it's quite contradictory to the way he speaks later. So here we go, look, he's firing cannons at me, I haven't fired at him, I haven't provoked him or anything, I've literally just sailed after him. This is where I started shouting friendly to him, and he didn't listen and continuously bombarded me with cannons, so obviously I responded by doing the same to try and get a couple on him. But then I decided actually I could get an angle on that. So I was just literally going to follow him and try and, well, again, see what happens. Here we go. So I picked up my sniper and watched this shot. It's actually pretty good. Like, bam, hit him. First shot. And then his little friend runs up. We're exchanging a few shots here. And boom. No, not that time. Yeah, I got him again. Beautiful. And then I got an angle and fire, fire, and fire. So I start peppering this guy with cannonballs. I think they get cold feet and start trying to sort of get out of here now. Whereas I've taken loads of holes here, and I know that I've got a well, patch. And it's also an interesting note that, you know, there's two of them, there's one of me. They are outnumbering me 2-to-1 as well, and they're kind of making a run for it, making a dash for it now, and I've potentially got to patch everything up now. So I'm a bit outnumbered, it's a bit unfair on me actually, but I'm not going to complain about that. You know, I've fought ships with one person before, it's actually quite fun. If you've ever done that and succeeded, it's a very satisfying way of winning. So after chasing him for a while, after I managed to patch, I decided that, oh yeah, they're probably gonna fast sail over here. So I thought I'd just, you know, fire myself over, hopefully, you know, get them, see if I can get a bit of treasure there. I got stuck in this rock, which is really annoying because obviously they were quite far ahead from me, and I thought, oh, like, I'm not going to get this treasure. Like, it was worth a go, but watch what happens when I get there. I literally ran up this little ledge here, grabbed a little banana because of the health loss there, and what should I see? There he is. There's our man. So I shot him, bam, one shot there, and then just before he gets there, bam, got him. So this guy literally tried to fast sell. I was there and I managed to do this. Victory for Pooh. And we arrived back at the scene. As you can see, I just killed one of them. I've got a few holes in them after putting the cursed cannonball on, which was a grog ball actually. I tried to jump off, missed. I mean, the rest of the battle is pretty uneventful. Like, it's not something I would have published or made a video out of, if I'm in all fairness. But this is where I started to notice that the guy had actually been sending me messages through the Xbox app. And the first one said, "Please go away or ally don't have time for you YouTubers." Now he sent this during the first bit with the battle, and then after the part where I stole his loot, he sent me a really interesting comment that basically said trashing your page. So I don't know what he was kind of intending with that, but when I looked at sort of the definition of trashing on Google, it came up with kind of two explanations for that. First one is kind of informal North American way of saying damage or destroy. For example, my apartment's been totally trashed. So the fact that this guy, because I stole one piece of loot and he attacked me first, was kind of threatening to damage and destroy my page, which I would imagine he means my YouTube channel, which I think is pretty extreme, to be honest. It's a bit sinister. I don't know why you'd kind of want to do that. But the other definition was criticize severely. So, to be honest, this kind of makes me laugh. It's kind of like saying, you know, because you've just stole my loot, I'm going to criticize your channel severely. Kind of like a damn your eyes moment, like something you'd find like quite military, I don't know. Like, but either way, that one was quite funny. But the fact that this guy had even like sort of sent this stuff was kind of laughable. A bit over the top, if you ask me. So it was just weird to see that. So the video continued, where a couple of events happened. Like sort of the galleon you saw earlier, kind of. I missed getting on board with that. I actually met the guy.
The galleon. I've been following you
had a good chat with him.
Trying to give you my loot,
and then we sort of got chased by sharks for a little while. And then there was a couple more battles with the sloop, which, to be honest, like it was really boring. No one really sunk. I only sunk because I ran out of wood, and I just kind of let my ship sunk in anyway when I was at the sea post. But anyway, it was kind of when I went to the next island where like all the message exchange kind of happened, and it gets quite interesting. So anyway, when I got back to the ship, I decided to sail back and see if I could find the guy again. So he kind of made it a little bit personal, but before that happened, I kind of responded to him and said, "Oh wow, that's a bad way to lose." And the reason I said that is because I just thought it was purely down to the guy who was just a bit sour that I'd stolen his chest. He did fire first. I went and chased him. I got the loot, and I just put it down to just poor attitude when it comes to losing. He responded with, "Didn't sink, just don't have time for trolls." So that was weird because I didn't troll him at all. I was playing the game as it should be played. The game is called Sea of Thieves, right? So I went back and said, "I'm playing the game normally," because I was simply looking for loot. He got in my way, fired first. He wanted the PvP. I went after him. I stole his loot, and that's the game mechanics, right? But what he said after was really interesting. His next response was, "Go back to getting attention on YouTube, kid." I mean, how immature do you want to get to say that? Like, really? Like, I just told him I was playing the game normally. He said that. Like, one, he called me a kid. So my response back to him was, "I'm 30 years old, sir." Because that's how old I am. And to be honest with you, at this point, I was thinking, Jesus Christ, like, really, this guy? Like, how immature do you want to get? So I kind of said to him, "And I'm coming for you, laddie," like speaking Scottish, because I kind of wanted to get this guy after this. So my next response was to kind of go a bit funny with it. So in my best hornblower voice, I went, "You made it possible! Ah, da ba!" And for extra measure, I chucked in a good old "and damn your eyes." So I waited for his response after this, and all he came back with was, "Your PL," meaning Pirate Legend, "you have nothing to do." Well, to be fair, I guess he's right. Like, what are you supposed to do, like, when you become a Pirate Legend? Continue grinding or something? So I simply responded with, "That is true." I mean, it's true, really. I mean, if you think about it, like, if you continued grinding, like, I mean, you'll get no rep, you only get gold, and some people do that, and so do I sometimes. But, you know, I'm going to log on here, and I'm going to have a bit of fun as well. The game mechanics kind of allow you to go out and, like, PvP and do other things. You know, you can do quite a lot on the game, and, you know, this guy is kind of sort of saying like, "Oh, because you attacked me, it's because you're a Pirate Legend and you've got nothing to do." It's like, well, you're right, mate, to be honest. I don't know why you're going to go with that one. Like, I am attacking you because I've got nothing else to do. Like, and to be fair, this guy attacked me first, so I don't know where he's getting all this from. It's quite amusing, really. His next response was, "So go away, we are PvE this week." Like, what the hell? Like, he kind of expects me to stop what I'm doing because he wants to do PvE. And the irony of this is that he attacked first. He's meant to be PvE, which means player versus enemy. Yet he attacked me first. So he completely contradicted himself there. So I didn't want to sort of sit there and say, "Oh, okay, because you want a PvE, I'm not going to do anything to you." I said, because, like, it's what I wanted to do at the time. To be honest, I didn't even know what I wanted to do at the time, to be honest. He's the one who PvP'd me. His response then was, "We aren't. Almost PL. Been dealing with trolls all week. Your YouTube is full of trolling. Don't care for it." Well, who cares? I don't care what you think, mate, to be honest. Like, if you don't like it, don't watch it. I keep saying that to a lot of people when they kind of comment on your YouTube saying, "Oh, this is harsh." It's funny, like, people enjoy it, so who cares? I know it's not always fun to be like the victim of trolling, but, you know, when Crimble and I have done this kind of stuff, we never really get personal like this guy is. We kind of just have a laugh, and we even message the players after, and we've given loot to people after as well, just because, you know, it's great content. But I think the guy's missing the point here. I wasn't trolling, so I basically said, "I'm not trolling." Because I wasn't. Like, the guy fired at me first. I went after him, stole his loot. That's what the game's about. So his response was, "LOL, okay, check your YouTube page. Your YouTube titles literally say trolling." Well, to be honest, mate, I know what videos I've uploaded because it's my channel. And second of all, like, this is not the same video. I'm not trolling anyone just because I've done trolling videos in the past. And to be honest, a lot of them are on Crimble's channel, not my own. It's only a couple of them I've been doing trolling. The one he was referring to is the one where the kid dropped the C-bomb. And the other one after that hadn't actually been uploaded yet, because this was actually after this footage was actually recorded. But all my other videos before that have kind of been like the open crew stuff, and wasn't actually trolling. I was actually playing with open crews and doing things normally and getting up to a bit of mischief, but trolling wasn't really a big part of it. So this guy's basically believes that I'm going to troll him just because of my reputation of doing so. I absolutely love the next part though, because the guy really gets put in his place. So I go back and say, "I do sometimes. Right now I'm fighting. That is not trolling, sir, because it generally isn't." Then he comes back and says to me, "Killing for one merchant crate is a sort of trolling." No, it's not. It's stealing a merchant crate. That's not trolling. Trolling is literally where you, like, play pranks on people or, like, literally put them down. "I shot you and stole your crate." And then he came back again after this and said, "Especially as a PL." So, because I'm a Pirate Legend, I'm practically not allowed to do anything, according to this guy. I'm not allowed to do anything but potentially grind or something. I don't know. Like, I don't know where he was going with that one. So I went back and said, "No, it's the game mechanics, sir." Because it is, like, the idea of the game is to be a pirate and steal. And I clearly put my point across here and I said, it's called Sea of Thieves. You know, because it's about thieving. Like, being a pirate was all about stealing treasure off each other, like, whether that was, like, the Navy or other pirates, that's actually what happened. And the game would be so boring if it was just going around digging up treasure all day. Like, no one would be playing this game. So he came back and said, I'd understand if you needed it and wouldn't care, but I don't care for time wasting Pirate Legend. So again, going back to the point, I'm not allowed to do anything now? Like, that's mental. Like, what the hell are you even trying to say here, mate? Like, so I'm Pirate Legend, so I've just got to stop playing the game or something to keep this guy happy? I just don't know. So I thought I'd just ask him, and I said, well, what should I be doing, sir? And he came back and said, what we are doing. Okay, so what I was doing then, I guess, so which was attacking random sloops that sail up to you? I don't know what you're doing, mate. I'm not a mind reader. As far as I could tell, that the guy was literally like hovering around me, trying to sink me for ages. So he's kind of doing what I'm doing anyway. I'm really confused now. So instead, I just went back and said, well, what do you intend to do when you become PL lad? And he came back and said, help my noob crew, LOL. So he kind of believes that once you become Pirate Legend, you have to then be a coach and help new players play the game. And to be honest, I wouldn't want to get taught by this guy. Like, so what are you going to teach him? How to get salty with people, or how to contradict yourself, or just have a generally boring time? Like, you know, the fact is that, you know, you only learn this game just by experiencing different scenarios. I find that, you know, if you're going to take noobs out to grind, that's great, yeah, fair enough. But, you know, you need to let them learn, like, some of the experiences on their own and kind of be attacked by other pirates, because that's the way you learn how to fight and the way you learn how to survive the seas, to be honest. Like, this guy what's he going to do, like, try and protect them? I have no idea. Well, I think my conclusion is that I wasn't trolling at all. I didn't do anything wrong. I was just playing the game, and I think at the end of the day, this guy was generally just a bit of a sore loser. I mean, maybe he was having a bad day, and please don't in the comments like go too crazy on him or message him or anything like that. I mean, that's really nasty and cruel if you would do that. But I did want to kind of like shed light on the fact people do throw the word troll around a lot. Like, if you've seen some of the stuff Crimble and I have done, like, we've done far worse than what happened to this guy. But to be honest, I'd rather kind of do what I do than get salty with people and start threatening to, like, trash their channels and stuff like that. I mean, if you don't like what you're seeing, just don't watch it. You know, if you're getting angry with games, just turn them off. You know, there's no point messaging players bitterly like this guy did. And to be honest, I'd rather call myself like a nicer person, even if I do annoy people sometimes, than actually get like personal and nasty with people. So I think the summary of this video is that that guy was a dick.